Here's a question for you. Why don't people understand that engagement is just as important, if not more important, than the actual native proprietary posts?
I think they don't understand that engagement is just as important as native posts because they haven't been taught that. It's as simple as that. One, it's a mindset shift. They think that social media is a billboard, that it is another way to share marketing materials instead of actually creating a community. They don't view social media as community. They view social media as a soapbox, as advertising. And that's, yes, you can use that way, but you're not going to grow a following. You're not going to grow a community if you continue to treat it like that. And then because they treat it like that, I don't necessarily want to say jaded, but it's more to the fact that they're like, oh, social media doesn't work. I tried. You tried for a week, buddy. Like, you posted one post, it was a leased post, and it didn't provide any value to anybody. It didn't spark any kind of interest. I mean, and that's not to say, let me back that up. That's not to say that you can't have a leased post or a just sold post that doesn't do that. It absolutely could freaking happen. If it's like, we just sold this property for $107 million and people are like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, then yes, that's going to generate some. In that vein, as it generates those comments, you need to be in there commenting back. Hey, thanks. Yeah, we worked really hard on this deal. You're seeing this now, but this was 2 years in the making. This came through a referral from such and such. Like, sharing that little bit of information on each of those comments then creates a wider network for people to actually see your post. A leased post or sold post can do very well depending on how it's phrased or how it's put out there. But when you're not actively engaging on other people's posts, when you are not actively engaging back on your own posts, it can be detrimental to your account. And to your point where you're talking about going through and doing kind of a cleanup, whenever somebody complains about, at least to me, that their For You page sucks, right? I'm like, when was the last time you actively engaged with anybody that you actually want to see? And I get like kind of the deer in the headlights, like, well, my For You page sucks, so I just don't interact with anybody. I'm like, yeah, well, you're a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. You actually have to go, like, if I haven't seen Strip Mall Guy in my feed in a week, I'm going to be like, what the hell? Did he block me? I'm not saying Strip Mall Guy has blocked me. I'm just saying, like, that's immediately, it's like, okay, did I get blocked? Then I go look and I'm like, oh no, I just haven't seen his stuff and he's posted continuously. So then I go and I engage and I comment and blah, 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 blah. And then I start doing that with other people that I want to interact and engage with. I think you have to know kind of these tips and tricks, really, to be able to get your engagement rate up, as well as figure out a best way to get your content seen.